Joe Harrogate's Wellness Wednesday with O'Connor Chiropractic, optimizing the health potential of every family through chiropractic care.
Well, welcome to another Wellness Wednesday on your Harrogate Radio. The main man, Dr. Jason O'Connor, is here. This week, Dr. Jason, I want to chat to you about something that you and I have spoken in the past about, and that is common misconceptions when it comes to chiropractic care. There's an awful lot of videos out there, whether it be on Instagram or TikTok, YouTube, that kind of thing, and you see chiropractors clicking people, cracking their back into position, and hey presto, all is well with the world again. So where are we at with these common misconceptions?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me that, Pete, because it absolutely drives me mad. I get this here all the time. Got my back popped back into place, not sorted out. I had a slip disc and it popped back in, and all these things that you hear. So that's really not chiropractic at all. And just before I go into answering those couple of things, we had a really interesting case this week. Probably not people immediately associate with chiropractic, but there was this young boy who was 6. He was out on his bike like a lot of 6-year-olds do. He went down a hill. It was quite a steep hill, steeper than he thought. Slammed the brakes on, went over the top of the handlebars, landed on his head, was knocked unconscious. Cut a long story short, he had to get him in an ambulance. He had a bleed on his brain, paralysed down one side of his body, slurred speech, the whole lot. He was in hospital for 10 days and they didn't really do any treatment for him. His brain, obviously, the swelling went down, his nerves, the bruising out of the nerves calmed down, and he started to get his function back. And then after 10 days, he went home, but still with a lot going on and the parents not knowing what to do. Luckily, one of their friends knew myself, referred him in. We did some x-rays. We found out, luckily, he hadn't broken his neck, but they were the first x-rays that were done on his neck. And then we proceeded to safely, gently realign his spine, take the pressure off his nerves. And now, a couple of weeks later, he's a different boy and he's looking to get back into school. So again, a lot of people would never think that with chiropractic. And even with this boy, we didn't pop his joints back into place or anything like that. His nervous system had been severely stretched, strained. His body was in spasm. So the way he walked in, his head was like nearly on his shoulders. He had real contortion of his posture. So his body was trying to protect itself. So what we did is, by doing the right tests, we could identify exactly where that pressure was on his spine, those nerves, gently take the pressure off and help his body heal and repair. So the body's designed to heal and repair, but sometimes it needs a bit of help, and that boy certainly did. And that's what chiropractic is about removing interference, allowing the body to heal and repair itself.
And how is he now? Is he
He's doing fantastic. He's coming back in. We're getting checks, building up to integrating back in school and doing sports, because he's an average 6-year-old boy. He just wants to go. He's forgotten about his injury. His parents still severely traumatized by it all. But yeah, he's just wanting to get back into it. But we're just like, it's a privilege to be part of his journey and get him back into full health. And that's the essence of chiropractic, is getting you back to your optimum. And then some people come in and it can be from trauma like that, but that's less common. More commonly, it's repetitive stress, trauma of everyday life. So we've discussed before, the average person gets up in the morning, drives to work, sits there 6-7 hours, drives back again. We don't do enough exercise. We're kind of genetically programmed for a completely different environment to what we're living in. That's the truth of it. We're really like animals in captivity. I always think, if you take an animal for a while, take a lion from the savannah, put it in a zoo, stop it hunting, don't give it its proper diet, it's not stimulated, what happens? They become depressed, they become overweight, they become unhealthy. And that's us.
And those common misconceptions, is it mainly down to social media a lot, or is it also partly apprehension? They do resort to it as it's way down the list.
Yeah, it's kind of almost like witchcraft, or so people just don't get it. I suppose it's an education thing, or they hear a little bit about it and they think, oh gosh, I don't want to get my back cracked, and that's really not what we do. And like I say, literally our patients from newborn babies, maybe had birth stress, trauma, to patients in their 90s, and it's tailored specifically to them. And it's all about making sure your nervous system is performing its best. You live your life through your central nervous system. If it's impaired in any way, you cannot live at full potential. So that's what chiropractic is about, is removing interference. It's not about bad backs, aching, sciatica, yes, they respond great to chiropractic care because we're getting you back at your best. So those symptoms of your body trying to tell you why you're not healthy, not your best, they start to settle down and resolve. But it's really about the central nervous system remove interference. But it's through gentle, specific corrections. It's not about huge movements, cracks. The discs, for instance, they're built into the vertebra. People think I slipped a disc. That's completely wrong. They don't pop in and out. What happens to the disc if you're chronically not moving correctly? So let's say you're sat on your spine, your muscles are deconditioned. Rather than the muscles, the ligaments supporting the spine, all the stress goes through the discs and they gradually deteriorate and they decay and they wear down, and you get little tears inside the like rings of cartilage, and then you've got a nucleus in the middle. And what can happen is it weakens and weakens and weakens. And think of it almost like a bleb in the tire where it kind of bulges. That's what tends to happen, is the nucleus can then bulge, break through the rings of cartilage and then push out. And a lot of people are walking around and they've got those with no symptoms. But in certain people, it will push onto the nerve, and that's when you get that sudden severe pain. But there's no quick fix to that. Think of it like an aneurysm or heart disease. But, you know, you get those symptoms. You can't have a salad and that'll fix it. Or you can't do one workout.
It'd be good if you could.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why people like to think that's what happens, because that's what they want. They want an instant fix. But think of it, you've got a chronically diseased spine that's got to that stage where it's that weak that bending down, picking up the newspaper or sweeping the leaves, that's the final straw. But in reality, it's your spine's been degenerating over years, decades.
That's the nail on the head right there as well. I'll be the first to admit, we're all impatient as a species now. We want that quick fix. We want that instant solution. And then we convince ourselves, I've not got time. I've not got time to do that and spend weeks and weeks and weeks of treatment. But I also think it's important to note as well that you guys as a practice, everybody is treated as an individual case. It's not one size fits all, is it?
Yeah, exactly. And we pride ourselves in that, and we take our time to look at each individual person. And we've got probably more time than the NHS because of that. We're more specific. We don't obviously see as many people, but the people we do see, we try and do our very best, take care of them, educate them so they understand what's happened to them, and also prevent it happening in the future, and also how to manage things going forward. As I say, it's no quick fix hack. It's taken years of bad living to get into that, so it's going to take quite a bit of time of good living to get you back healthy again.
But it can be done. You've also got a talk coming up not too far away in November where people can come along and ask a few more questions. So just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, this is more of a general talk on chiropractic, the science, again, those common misconceptions. So you can really understand chiropractic a bit more, understand, is it right for me? Can it help me in my particular issue? So yeah, come along to the clinic. It's open to everyone. We've got plenty of space there. So it's on a Monday evening on the 10th of November at 6:30.
Your Harrogate's Wellness Wednesday with O'Connor Chiropractic. Book your initial consultation now at o'connorchiro.co.uk.